Now, the stories we're learning about tonight from members of our community are powerful reminders of the many ways MPTF helps those in need. We truly do take care of our own, young and old, as they and their families deal with unexpected and heartbreaking challenges.
My husband was diagnosed with ALS in 2012. John had just turned 44 years old. Our world turned upside down as John struggled with this unforgiving, degenerative neuromuscular condition. Our two girls and I cared for him at home until it nearly broke us in every way. We knew John needed professional care, but every nursing home we spoke to said no. He's too young, and we can't handle ALS. And then a colleague of mine reminded me of MPTF from DreamWorks Animation. I reached out to MPTF. They had never cared for someone with ALS, but they also told themselves that taking care of our own should have no limits. We were told at the time of diagnosis that John would have only 2 to 5 years. When John died, he had lived with ALS for 6.5 years. What kept him alive was the love of his family and his love of film and television. At MPTF, he worked as an editor for Channel 22, MPTF's in-house media studio. Yes, he edited by learning how to use his eye gaze technology. John stayed up at times through the night, editing with his eyes. Though he could no longer speak, he found his voice at MPTF, found his creativity and purpose. Jen Clymer, the executive producer of Channel 22, challenged John. Jen challenged John to move beyond editing and told him, write your own film. And John did just that. Over 6 days, more than 100 residents and volunteers produced Matt and Maya and turned that footage over to John to edit. On July 11th, 2018, John's original 25-minute film premiered to a packed house in the Susan and Gary Martin screening room on MPTF's Wasserman campus. And the response was overwhelming. Matt and Maya was a film about moving on from loved ones you've lost. John knew that that would be me, Olivia, and Rachel one day. He passed away in December of that year. When people talk about MPTF taking care of its own, they have no idea what that could mean. I'm Rebecca Huntley, animation producer, and I'm MPTF.
You guys like being up on stage? Well, you might not be up here tomorrow, and that's what the MPTF is all about. My parents, Sam and Peggy Goldwyn, had a vision for a school where parents in the entertainment community could send their children to develop and learn in a safe and nurturing environment. They had a particular desire to create a place that would give women working the long hours required by the industry the peace of mind to return to work and continue developing their careers after becoming mothers. 32 years ago, they built that school, the Samuel Goldwyn Foundation Children's Center in West Los Angeles. This school was not only built with the support of the MPTF, but it continues today under its stewardship. When my father discussed the idea of childcare with Lou Wasserman, who was a leader at MPTF, Lou said yes right away. He told Sam, MPTF takes care of its own from cradle to the grave. Lou was so right. Over the years, I was blessed to have my own 2 children, spent 10 years at the Goldwyn Center. When our children were born, myself and their mother were both working parents in the entertainment industry and could not find a school that allowed for our vigorous work schedules until my father gently nudged us to try the center, and I'm so happy that he did. They had an amazing experience thanks to the wonderful teachers from Bright Horizons and an amazing administrator in Kay Connors. When they left the Goldwyn Center to start elementary school, I felt they'd been given an experience that prepared them for the future classrooms and life as a whole. Today, I'm grateful that I'm able to keep my connection with the center by serving on its board. I'm so proud that my father, Samuel Goldwyn Jr., also created a significant endowment to provide scholarships to the industry families who cannot afford the tuition. I was so impressed with how Bright Horizons, Kay Connors, and the staff at the school handled the whole pandemic crisis at the school. And we've continued to operate when many other schools were still closed. Sam and Peggy would be very pleased. I'm Peter Goldwyn, president of Samuel Goldwyn Films. These are my children, Teddy and Vivian. I am MPTF, and
we are MPTF.
I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer a year ago. I could feel something was wrong. I was 7.5 months pregnant with my beautiful son, Leo. The doctor said to me, "We need to start chemo right away because this baby needs a mother." I can't express the pain I felt in my heart. The only thing I could think of was my unborn child and what would happen to him if I died. I was induced immediately. I knew I was strong, but never this strong. I know no one escapes life without some setbacks. I feel incredibly fortunate to have the opportunity to be in a union. Polly Locke from my local recommended I speak to MPTF, social worker Naomi Rhoda, and she referred me to MPTF palliative care team. I have been in their incredible hands since then. Dr. Carlin has followed my clinical treatment, and social worker Anne Front and chaplain Rabbi Arthur Rosenberg have been some of my biggest boosters. In the past, I had to do chemo, I had to do a double mastectomy, 2 reconstruction surgeries, I had to deal with COVID while undergoing radiation, and much more. Raising my 1-year-old with my husband has been tough because I can't work. Due to my surgery, I couldn't even hold Leo. But I choose to remain positive and joyful. It is how we deal with our setbacks that matter the most. Around the holidays, at the end of last year, there wasn't much we could do for Leo. But a group of angels gathered by MPTF, palliative care team, engagement director Frida Johnson raised their own funds and sent us a package. Oh my God, MPTF and their palliative care team. The program is truly a force of good in our own community, and we're so blessed to have them in our lives. I'm Mirna Gonzalez, makeup artist and proud member of Local 706, and I am MPTF.